final point. We have to be absolutely clear of not just what we're fighting for, but what we are looking to tear down. Donald Trump just shifted the largest concentration of upward wealth into the hands of the ultra-rich and large corporations in the history of this country. This is a fight for working people across this country and across this globe to stand up to billionaires in the interest of corporations. Now, there are some billionaires and corporate leaders that want us to have sympathy for them, and they have just received the greatest tax cuts at the expense of health care and housing and education and transportation and good paying jobs. So here's what we need to do in this moment. If my ancestors as slaves can lead the greatest general strike in the history of this country, taking it to the ultra-rich and big corporations, we can do the same today. I'm calling on black people, white people, brown people, Asian people, immigrants, gay people from around this country to stand up against tyranny and to send a clear message to the ultra-rich and big corporations. We are going to make them pay their fair share in taxes to fund our schools, to fund jobs, to fund health care, to fund transportation. Democracy will live on because of this generation. Are you ready to take it to the courts and to the streets? Cities around the world, we have declared that we will defend our democracy. We will defend our humanity. We will tear down tyranny, and we will do it together. God bless you all. God bless the greatest city in the world, the city of Chicago.
I'm here to say that America does not and will not ever have a king. The truth is, no one rally is going to save us. No court ruling, no single election will save us. We have to save ourselves. We have to build workplaces that are safe, classrooms that are welcoming, communities where we see each other not as our enemies, but as our neighbors. And we must always resist the temptation to believe only in the worst of this country. That's what he wants. He wants us to be defeated. Are we going to be defeated? No! He wants us to be silent. Are we going to be silent? No! He wants us to be scared. Are we scared? No! You know, we have the power to build a better tomorrow. LGBTQ+ people, we live in every zip code and are from every background. We were born here, and we immigrated here. We come from red families and from blue families. And we are here to say that this is our America, too. No one knows that better than my friend and a tireless public servant who's on stage with me today. A true patriot who knows the cost of freedom. I'm proud to pass the mic to former Assistant Secretary of Defense for Readiness and our HRC board member, Sean Skelly.
Good afternoon, BC. As Jay said, I'm Sean Skelly, a retired Navy officer, a former Assistant Secretary of Defense, and I serve on the board of the Human Rights Campaign. I'm a proud trans woman who loves our country. Who's put my life on the line for our country and our rights. And I will fight for it now using all the rights that the Constitution gives us, and I swore an oath to defend. I was proud to denied their right to exist. Anyone who serves in uniform deserves so much better than what this tainted chain of command has to offer. This administration targets these brave Americans because of its wanton campaign to drive me and all of my transgender brothers and sisters out of our country, out of our society, out of the protection of our laws, and into some dark, dangerous corner that they are inventing. This wannabe autocrat can't allow transgender Americans to serve honorably and successfully in our military, which is the highest regarded institution in America, when they have chosen all transgender Americans, already some of the most at-risk and vulnerable people in this country, to be their autocratic other, the people to be feared, scorned, and blamed because of their shameless lies, hateful lies that they tell about the danger that trans people supposedly bring to our society, and somehow upset the utopia that the dear leader promised us is around every corner. The American people respect those who put on their uniform, who protect them, and serve at the risk of their lives for people we don't even know. Because generations of Americans have bet their lives and their families' future on the promise of a more perfect union. The oath I took 10 times over 35 years of service in uniform and as a civilian means to every person who ever took it in good faith, and I'm going to quote the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, we don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or dictator. We don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator. We don't take an oath to an individual. We take an oath to the Constitution. Lives and lives are protected. To put it simply, no kings. No kings. We demand justice for our transgender service members. We demand justice and civil rights for every transgender American. We demand justice and democracy for every single American. No kings. Thank you.
And now, please welcome to the stage, Needy Taylor, Executive Director of Harriet's Wildest Dream, and Kaya Chatterjee, Executive Director of Free DC.
Welcome to DC. I hear y'all say, welcome to DC. I'm Nene Taylor. I'm the co-founder and executive director of Harriet's Wildest Dreams, named after our ancestor Harriet Tubman. I'm also the co-founder of Free DC. I was born and raised right here in Southeast Washington, D.C. As many of you know, we are in a state of grief for the loss of our freedom fighter, Assata Shakur. We honor her life, her courage, and her teaching. She taught us that we need a revolution of the mind and a revolution of the heart. These words still lead me, because this work begins in how we show up for one another, how we care for one another, and how we show up for one another. Washington, D.C. is a black home. We come here to Washington, D.C. That is what you came here to Washington, D.C. That's what you're stepping into. A home built by black hands, held together by black love, guarded by generations who refuse to leave. The people of D.C. have been teaching, protecting, and fighting for this city long before most of you start paying attention. We have been living and breathing the consequences of racist policies, displacement, and over-policing since post-Civil War. We have been demanding and calling for D.C. to become a state. We need D.C. statehood now. D.C. statehood now. D.C. statehood now. On Monday, our freedom marchers were up at the D.C. courts until the cell block closed 2 o'clock in the morning. They were watching hearing after hearing after hearing of our neighbors being kidnapped over the weekend. We also have 300,000 black women who have been fired in the last few months. Most of those are federal workers right here in the district. And we just listened to lawyers argue at the Supreme Court that fixing the system to make it fair for black people somehow harms white people. This is what we are up against. This is what we are up against. Black people freedom is being threatened by a failing democracy and has been punched by white fragile supremacy. Here in D.C., we have been organizing, protecting, and building long before cameras arrived. If you want to help, listen to those who have been doing this work before Trump became in office, before all of this came to play. Listen to the ones that's been on the ground ever since 400 years ago. I see all of you right here, and y'all see me. All of the applauses, and yet, when you all call to meet, when I call you to meet impacted black people, where will you be? Ask yourself, where will you be? When our movements need funding, where will you be? When you are invited to teach, to share your skills, to support, strategize, and to defend black people in public, where will you be? Solidarity is measured by what you do when you are called forward. Community is responsibility, structure, and work. It's both the noun and the verb. It's the people and it's the people in motion. It's how we build safety for each other. It's how we keep us safe. Who keep us safe? We do. Who keep us safe? We do. Black people have been carrying the moral weight of this world for generations. We have stood in the gap for every fight against oppression, from Palestine to right here in D.C. Because we believe everyone deserves to be free. We are not free until all of us are free. A South Dakota taught me once again, weapons of mass destruction and weapons of mass love. She said it's not enough to change the system, we must change ourselves. That kind of change requires that we hold the line for one another. Protest black people in public and in private. I see you. I see your faces, just like you see mine. Will you tomorrow? Where I see you tomorrow? Where I see you next month? When more of our rights are being stripped, and more of our black bodies are put in cages. Don't watch from the shadows. I charge you. I charge you to be on the front lines. I charge you to fight. And we will not end with this, because the day won't end with this stage when the stage come down and the cameras leave and you return home. The fight for our collective liberation is not contained to this presidio of the media attention today. Free the land, to free the people, and free us all, and free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C.
All right, my name is Kaya Chatterjee. Thank you so much, Nini. I am with Nini, one of the co-founders of Free DC and the executive director of Free DC. And we are the movement to protect DC home rule and win lasting dignity for the 700,000 people of DC. Let me hear you, DC. Who out here is here today for a Free DC? So DC needs to be free because what we are doing here today, right now, would not be possible otherwise. This president wants to silence dissent. He wants to silence protest. He wants to do that everywhere, and we saw him try to do that this week.